Hello, good morning, happy Friday. I was looking at the code this morning, and I realized that we're still on the wrong branch. Hello, Zilby. We're on the setting up the testing branch with Playwright. Oh, not that one. That one. So that's interesting. It's something I'm probably gonna want to fix sooner than later, because I also want to make it sure that everything passes and then auto deploys. So we need to update that too. So I'm thinking we'll probably finish this one feature out, get a Playwright test for it if we need to, and then we'll have to update that. Zilby, hi. What's up? Hi. Are you just want to play? How about ping pong? We'll see if he comes back. All right, so we have you. You're running. I got the database up and running. Zilby, come on back. Or do you want me to throw? That direction? No, he wants me to go over with him, which I am not going to do right now. All right, so let's. All right, so we have our courses back up and running. We have our Hasura. Our component library is not running, but it doesn't really matter right now. Okay, so Zilby got bored. Let's see what we're... Oh, click on here. Right, inside of here, we see the specific course. We can get that out. Oh, wait, you're not gone. You're still here. Hi. You want something else thrown? About this... I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Half a sun? Be okay. What if I take this fuzzy thing and I throw it backwards in the... Okay, so I have this. We have the price. Okay, that's good. We want to go into the details page. That's some course, that, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Okay, so we have your course here. Where's that log coming from? It's not coming from here. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're getting the wrong course thing. But if I go to /1, entered unreachable code. Well, that's not good. Source pages, course details, line 30. That's unhappy. So that's if there is no course. But, oh, you know what? You know what could happen here? It's possible that there's no course because It's possible that there's no course because when we navigate here for the first time after hitting refresh, the page loads, it loads the router, it sends a request out to go get courses. Although in this case it doesn't, but I wonder if that's because it crashes beforehand. And so I need some way to know if we're loading the courses. Okay, so we need to head over to the store. We're gonna add some stuff in. We need to add in loading. This is gonna have to be a Boolean. Now we implement default. I think we can set what a default is, right? I forget how we do that. Because I think with this default, I think now I can say loading is true. Oh, that page never does try to load the courses. Oh, wait a second. I think I know what's going on. Right now, if we go to the other page, it tries to load the course. This one only loads the course that we're interested in. I think that's what it is. So we need to load the specific course, and if we can't find it, so get it from the store. If we can't find it from the store, then we need to try to get it from the API. So we need to go into API. So this is get courses. I almost need now a hub sync function get course by ID. Oh, so this won't be a vector anymore. So this will just be a singular. So we'll have a result. This will be a store course. I think that's what that is, right? Well, yeah, or an LMS error. Okay, so we're going to have to, I mean, it's going to be very similar to what we have up here, except it's going to be a singular. Let's go into GraphQL and see, is there a query that we can do that's just like a single one? So we're going to do a query get course by ID. All right, so this is a LMS courses by primary key. That's what I want. So ID okay, so we set the okay, so the ID can be something like 10 or 1 in this case because we know we only have 1. And then we want back everything pretty much. We get the ID back, we get the tag ID, the tag name, the price, that. I don't need the tag ID. And now if I run you, I get this one. Okay, so copy you and head into Database queries. Oh, no. Before database queries, we have to head into just queries. Throw you in here. So get course by ID gives me this ID. Now, this is going to be interesting. We have to use U as a variable. I forget exactly how to do that. All right, so don't need help. I think it's parentheses. And then I can do variable names colon something else. Oh, okay. I need to go look at help. Okay. It is a parenthesis here like this. We have a $ name of variable, colon, and then the type of the variable. And that has to match, no doubt, what I'm going for. And then we have the variables. Now in a query editor, we do this, but then we can create variables using the code. So this is going to be $ID. Now, what type are you? Lego Logic, hello. Good morning. Yeah, I've been enjoying GraphQL so far. Did I put this on the wrong one? I just lost all this. That's fun. Twisted Seed, hello. Oh, I lost that. That's what happened. Oh, I unclicked it. I was trying to get like the type of this. I think it's like an ID is the type. So if I want to say the variables, I want to go $ID type ID. Also, I don't remember if the exclamation point at the end for it's required. And then U would be this $ID. And then down here, we have ID is going to be like 2, for example. Really? Int. It apparently is an int. Like that. Okay, that gives us that. So we see this 2 used there. So I want to throw this in. All right, so we'll take in the ID as the variable, and then we'll grab it out that way. Is GraphQL mostly used if you're not sure how your API is going to be used in a team setting? You know, it solves underfetching and overfetching of REST. Well, yeah, so it is an absolute pain to set up if you're actually setting it up. So that's the reason why I'm using Hasura, is because it's not a pain at all. It just does all the painful parts, is done for me by Hasura. GraphQL, so it does shift a lot of the burden, let's say, to the front end, but that's really nice because too often, especially in REST, you end up having like 3 different front end routes that are like, okay, I want this thing, but can you please only give me like a bare minimum of like the response so I don't have like too much stuff going over the network? and you end up having a ton of like options or headers to like control exactly what's going to happen, and then your routes end up getting really confusing and large. This actually just this is that under and over fetching now of okay, we're going to get um I just want one of these things. I just want a little bit of it and not all of it. Then it's like, oh, whatever, who cares? But like the big idea here is that I have Hasura set everything up for me. I don't have to create any GraphQL definitions myself. It just works. And it works with the relationships really well too, because GraphQL's understanding of Postgres and how that works. So basically, just everything out of the box I get for free. Okay, so yeah, that is the really cool thing. I would probably not use GraphQL if I couldn't use something like Hasura, because that, as you said, that pain to set up is just really far too painful. Like, yeah, at that point, I would go with like a REST type thing. I just been like REST is good, and if I'm gonna create something that's in the normal backend like in Axum, it's gonna be using REST. GraphQL does make you have to take a lot of different thoughts about it, like because it's now an API that can return any amount of things and can have both errors and not errors at the same exact time. Suddenly now there's no the HTTP calls don't make any sense. Like you can't have like a get if you're doing both a get and like if you don't know what you're doing inside of it, so everything becomes a post. And that's the reason why like a lot of people don't like GraphQL, is because suddenly now, well, what if like the request to the server worked just fine, but then inside of that there was a part of it didn't work, so now you have a 200 OK with an error inside, and that sucks. Can GraphQL handle file uploads? You know what? I've never tried that. I believe that I can hack it with Hasura, but let's find out. I don't think I'm gonna do file uploads myself, but file migration type stuff. Upload. Wait, what does this have to do with uploads files? Upload files. Alternatively, you can apply the sample to add multiple. Oh wait, no, that's adding like okay, so that's not really. It's not that. Upload. Okay, so builds. Oh, there was something in here about upload. Build file upload and download for your Hasura. Okay. Okay, they're gonna store it in S3. Upload. Okay, so look at this. They're creating an express application to handling the upload. So that's going to be a separate server other than Hasura. But all it does is upload that file. Then they're creating the front end with React. The download is also being done, with React, okay. Before we can view the actual file, we need a new route in our storage. So yes, okay, so in Express, they're creating something to do streaming. Okay, they're using JOTs for security. I'm waiting to see if they're going to use actions for the forwarding to the microservices. Okay, they're deploying. It's like not really using. Yeah, it's like, this is also 3 years ago. This is a super old article. It's not really helpful. Yeah, this definitely doesn't work as well. I was hoping they're going to use actions to forward the request from Hasura to the microservice, which would make a lot more sense to me. So, yeah, it's possible that like I won't be able to do something like that. So Hasura has this really cool thing with actions where I could say something like, let me create a new action. Description, this is going to be forward to, I don't know, something else. I can define the types, do various things. We're probably gonna have to get into here for some things. But then what's gonna happen is I can forward headers. So you hit this like a normal GraphQL. So like as far as the client is concerned, this is all taken care of in Hasura as like a GraphQL type thing. But what's really happening is that it's taking your GraphQL request and then it's forwarding it on to some other server. So I can like take that post request and turn it into a GET request and go to like google.com or something like that. I can even change the payload on the way out or on the way in, change the response on the way back. So change the payload on the way out, change the response on the way back. And this is what I would hope to be able to do with a file upload, is then create that microservice and then have a Hasura action to make it look like I'm using GraphQL and not. And in that case, Hasura is sort of becoming an API gateway. But if I can't actually send files through there, and that was 3 years ago, so I don't know if actions existed back then. So, file? Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking great. That build file upload is not good at all. Nothing else here helps. So, yeah, so that would be a checkmate potentially for GraphQL and Hasura if I can't do that. So far, without having to use file uploads, I have been enjoying it though. All right, what did I do? Okay, so we created this query here, get course by ID. So I have to remember this. So let's yank you. We'll head over to the database queries. Nope. Hey, okay, I still have it. Pub struct that. Oh. All right, so we are going to derive GraphQL query. We're also going to have this GraphQL thing. GraphQL. Wait, no, we already have that. This is now schema path. Schema path. Yeah, I can always still spin up a REST server if I really need to. And it's more of that sort of like the file upload type thing. If I had the option, I would have Hasura be the single API that everything would go through, and then I can have because Hasura itself doesn't have any data inside of it, I could have that I could scale Hasura horizontally if I really need to. And then Hasura connects to a database. Hasura can also connect to other APIs if I really need to, behind the scenes. That's what I'm going to go for. We're going to see if it works. Hopefully I don't have to have my front end be aware of multiple backends. That would suck. All right. Schema paths. This is database. Oh, right. I think I can do something like this. Database schema. I just do that. Yeah, query path. You know what? I want. Just do that. Just copy and paste. Okay, so save you. Could not find file with. Oh right, no slash. Okay, so you're happy now. So this is telling the library that I'm using where that query exists. So now I can go to the API and use this query. So, wonder, I should probably just copy and paste this, shouldn't I? So I'm here, it's 27 lines down. Okay, it's 48. So why 49? Okay, I think this is everything. Oh, I got maybe a little bit too much. Okay, so then we'll take in the ID here, which is going to be an I64. We're not going to return a vector. Oh, did that successfully figure out? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. So you're happy. Okay, so variables. This is also not the list LMS courses. This is the get course by ID. Oh, yeah. I don't think I want it to be exactly the same name. That's going to be really confusing. Let's head back to not database queries. I want. Oh, I'm gonna need to go to both. So we have this get course by ID. I really want this to be like is that one just LMS or that's list LMS courses. I can do fetch course by ID. Maybe we'll just do course by ID. I can't think of a better, like a good name to use right now. This needs to be the exact same name here. So then we're gonna go to the store. No, the API. Okay, this is get course by ID. We've taken the ID. You are, okay, GraphQL variables. So this is now course Isn't that what we found? It's course by ID. I saved this, right? And I saved you, course by ID, okay. I saved you. Okay, let's try this again. Course. Okay, maybe I can't have any of the rest. Oh, it's probably because there's other errors here. Course by ID. Okay, fine. Fine. You're not going to help me. I have to do it myself. Okay, database queries. I want to, this is going to be course by ID like this. Interesting that I can't see. Did I like not make that public? No, it's a pub struct. Okay. Whatever. So that should be course by ID. Course by ID. ID is that. Okay. I guess like it's really unhappy that I just copied and pasted this full block in, and therefore I'm not getting any help from Rust Analyzer. Okay, so then this is going to be the course by ID from that. Build the query, pass in the variables. Okay. Mismatch types, okay. Got it. Pass in the body. Map the error. Fetching courses. Okay, so getting that. Getting response. I want to turn this into not. This is going to be course by ID. Okay. Now, that's going to be interesting because I don't have a vector of it anymore, I don't think. So let's okay, I'm just going to get rid of all of you. I think that's right. We can throw a to-do in here. Okay. So I've converted it into the appropriate thing. We waited. We mapped the error. Dot data. Oh, data from the request, I believe. Okay, or else. Okay, extracting data from the request. So we get you. I wonder if I can just at this point in time do a log data. Message is forced by ID. And I want response. Hey, you implement debug. Okay. Coding Garden fan, hello. Okay, get course by ID. I want to head back over to now the account, the course details, and we want to call and get the courses. We want to get this course. Now, I guess like we want to get this course from the internal store if we can, but if we cannot, then we want to extract it out. Oh, okay, so this is fun. Okay, so we get by course ID from the store. If you're a none, so if you're something, we just return that. But if you're nothing, I now need to attempt to get it from the I need to go like have it fetch it. This makes me think I should be doing this all in a use effect. Like use effect once, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. So let's do a use effect once. So we got you, you're fine. Then inside of here, we'll have do something on load. And then we'll also return you at the end here. Okay. So I need the course out. Now, is that true? Do I really care about this? I guess this is going to be... Well, it's probably not use effect once. It's probably going to be use effect. We have to use that use async thing again. How do I do that? So we have to use async. Hook returns a state and a run callback for an async future. Right. So we're only going to use this if we can't find it in the store. Then I tell it like, okay, go load the thing. Right. Okay, then we're going to go and do that thing. Okay, cool. So we'll have a let, like fetch course. So use async. We'll have a move. Is it I think it's async move. I think it's like that. Then I can do the whatever asynchronous thing I want to do in here, which is going to be calling that. I want to call the async API, right? Wait, how did I get in there? How do I get out? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if I do Control K twice, I don't know how to get out. That's cool. Shift K is what I use to go and look at this. So, okay, so then we do our async fetch. Okay, so all of our async stuff happens in here. So we're going to update. I wonder if I can get away with also doing the mutate to the store inside of here. So we have our API, get course by ID, and I want to pass in the ID here. That should copy in. So it should copy and move in here for me. We await. We have to handle this error too. So I want to do something like an if let error or a match. I probably want to do an if let error. So if let. Okay, so if you're okay, we have now the course equals to you. We're going to stuff the course into the store. Otherwise, we have an error. And then I don't need a semicolon this because I'm not going to return this out. At least I think that's the idea here. So if I save you, you're upset. Async closures are on. Oh, right. It's not a closure. It's just a block. Okay. Expected future output to be a feature that resolves to result. Oh, I don't handle the error, but it resolves to nothing. Oh, interesting. Okay, so hold on. If I do this, we do let course equals API get course by ID. We pass it the ID, and what? And I do that. Okay. Expected impl future output to be nothing. To be a future that resolves to result, but it resolves to nothing. Oh, so I have to return. I have to return something async. Oh, I have to return something async here. So I have to just do this. That's what I have to do. Can I find value ID in the scope? Right, because it's props ID. So let's do this. Okay. Expected to be a feature that resolves to impl. Future output results store course LMS error. Expected an enum result. Oh, do I have to put the await on here? Yeah, okay. So here we have this fetch course. It's now a state. So this has to be a use effect now. So do something multiple times. Every time this loads, we have to do something with it. So maybe maybe we have to do something with it. That's the other thing that's like interesting with this is we might not need to at all because this course might exist. And if we have the course, we're good to go. If we don't have the course, we're in here. So I don't want to necessarily right now navigate out or have this unreachable thing. We are very reachable by this. So if we don't have the course, we may have just navigated directly to this page, like hit refresh on it. It was a bookmark or something like that. Maybe even I sent it out in like an email to people or on Discord. So in that case, I need to tell the course now to go and fetch this thing. So we're gonna fetch course, run. That's it. Okay. Oh, you're gonna have to be a sum, aren't you? This feels weird. I don't know if I like this. I don't think I need this. Really, I want to do this on first load. So on first load, on first render, if the course doesn't exist, then I want to start getting it from the API and go like just get that one course specifically. Which means at this point, I don't actually care about extracting it out, do I? This is more of if let a none. And if it's if let none, then I really can do if course store get course by ID, so get this course. I don't need an if. We just do this once, right? So let course equals course store gets get by course ID. Okay, so we attempt to get it. It's now an option here. We don't know if we have it. If it's none, so if course is a none, I now want to run fetch course. Start that entire process off. Now, fetch course is going to do an entire thing for us. So there's, see, what was it again? It was use async. Okay, cool. So I could just do it shift K twice and it gets me in here. I don't know how to get out though. So then there's this loading. So there's the loading, which is that it's like loading the actual course now. So I can check to see if loading, I think the problem is that loading goes back to true or false again. I don't remember anymore. We did this a couple days ago, and now I forget. I forget how it worked. So I want to run a block. And inside of here, we're going to clone the fetch course. This is why I need to put that comment in there. Otherwise, it gets really weird and confusing. So what am I doing? Windows? How did I get that slash? Okay, so we have our fetch course. I need to move that in here. If you're loading, so I can get rid of this if I have actual code. So if fetch course loading. So if this is loading, I don't want to do anything at all. So if this is not loading because it's done, I also need to extract out and see if we have data or an error. Okay, so if you're not loading, let's then grab the data and error. So data equals fetch course dot see data there. Oh, there it is. Error down here. Okay. Data. No, stop. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Snippets, they're getting me. I need to get rid of those. Cannot move out of dereference. Does not have the copy trait. So I could clone you. Or we could check to see, okay, we need to have loading, or we need to have data. So you have to be not loading, and so I'll do this one in here. So then it's to be another nested if. I don't like this. If you're an is sum, or if fetch course dot error is sum. Okay. So if we're not loading, and if those things are something, I wonder if I'm gonna need like an internal state to determine whether or not we actually need to do this, because we're only running this if we don't have anything else, right? It's like if the course is a none, let's take put these up here. Let's do let fetching course. Let's make this a flag, and then we can do Sylvie, hi. 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 Want to come in? Okay, so fetch course is some. Okay, so this is if it's none. So really, I want to do like if we're fetching a course. So we are fetching a course. Almost in a way, I want to do if we're not fetching a course. Ooh, okay. So hold on. Let's let our we're going to do a guard clause here. So if we're not fetching a course, then I want to do an early return of this return closure. This one has to be the exact same one. That's why I'm creating this as a variable here. Okay. So create the return closure. If we're not fetching a course, just return immediately. If we are fetching a course, then we have to check to see, okay, are we loading? Are we still in a loading state? If we could do this again here. So if we are in, so if we're in a fetch course dot loading state, then we're going to do another return closure. So second guard. We've gotten here, which means I can now get rid of you. Now, if we have data in either the data or the error, well, I guess in this case, I can just handle one and then the other, right? And then we're good to go. So I don't think I need to do that necessarily. We can now handle, maybe if there's an error, we handle that first just in case. So if let some error equals fetch course dot error. All right, we have an error. Do you know what the error what type this is? Can you? Oh, it's an LMS error. Okay, excellent. So we have an LMS error here, which means that we can log this out. Finally, we can log an error. Log error message. This is going to be an error fetching one course. And the error is this error. Oh, I can't move it out, so I have to do this. There. There we go. Okay. This is not really handling the error per se. It's not really displaying an error for the user. We're gonna need to add that in. That we have some kind of error that happens. Okay. But we got past it, kind of, sort of. If let some, now we get the data. Now we have access to the data, and this data should be a course. That's unknown. Still unknown. Okay. Oh, I don't want fetching course. I want fetch course. There it goes. Okay, so I should know what this is now. Store course. So I can now stuff this store course into the database, which means, inside of here, I want to take that dispatch. So let course store dispatch. We're going to clone it. Move it inside of here, and now we can dispatch into it. So we're going to do a course store dispatch. Okay, which method? I want to do a reduce. Probably just a reduce mute at this time, because I already have it. So reduce mute. We have the course store. Course store bit dispatch. I want to, it's going to be, okay, course store dot courses. It's possible that we have another one in here, and this should already be set up as a, so I should be able to do like a push. And then I want, this is going to be the data. So really, this is a course. Semicolon U. Semicolon U. Subset. Mismatch types expected. A store. Oh, found this. I think we can clone you. There we go. Okay. I don't like the idea of putting the clone here. I want to put the clone here. Okay. That should be happy now. Everything is passing. So at this point of time, okay, so we navigate to the course. We've loaded up all the courses. So we have this one. We navigate to it through the front end router. We get here, we load the course up, it exists. So then we don't run course run. So this is never in a loading state or anything else. This fetching course is none is false. So therefore, if not fetching course, so if it's false, it becomes true. Okay, with the not, and then we return early. We don't do any of this stuff. That's fine. And then we can move on and actually have our title. The other scenario, we hit this page directly. We haven't gotten any other courses, or for some reason I've added a course in between when you like clicked on stuff. That doesn't make sense either. So you just navigated directly here, and we haven't gotten the course list yet. We see the courses. No, we see that we'd have no course. So it's an is none. So we run this to fetch the single course, which then gets it by ID. We then move into here. This is a true because it's none. So because it's true, this makes it false, so it continues through. It hits this, and its loading is true because it hasn't finished yet. So this exits out. Then use effect loads again because the state the state up here updates, and now it's not loading anymore. And now we have, let's say, an error, and so we handle the error, and then we're done. And we go down here, and if there's a course, we do this thing, and then then the next time it loads through, now we have a course. This is now false, and then we return early. So every time we hit this again, we return early. Okay, I think we're good. Then we're gonna come back down to here. So for this title, we're gonna use the course store dot. No, not the course. We're gonna use this course. But we have to like extract it out. If let some course equals, I think we just called it course. Then we do this entire thing. Otherwise, we'll have to do a different HTML in the case that it doesn't exist. So we'll have to do a div. I don't know, loading the course or something like that. Bull First Dad, hello. How are you doing today? Now I have access to the course. So title is going to be, that's going to be the price, right? So we're going to have $sign on the left, course.price. This is going to be course.description. An option U8. Oh, right, because this is the price itself is an option here. So, okay, we need to do this as map, or I think map, or in this case default, and then a function. Why do I need a function? Wait, I don't. Is it not map? Map changes that thing. It's okay or default. How does map or what's the one that can get like a default? Unwrap or default. That's what it is. Unwrap or no. Okay or else. Okay or come on. I want to like to turn it into the other thing, but I forget what it is. I want like something or so or else. Returns the option. Can't really be an option, can it? Wrapper default. Returns a provided default result if none. Or applies a function to the contain. Okay, no, that's not what I want. Unwrap or returns the contain some value or provided default. That's what it is. Unwrap or. Unwrap or, and then I want this to be the words free. Oh. Zero. That's not going to make any sense. Okay. Expected a U8. Found a string. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Can I move out of course? Okay, fine. On you. Head back to here, and there we go. Okay, so here's that U course. We have $10, learn how to build this, and if I hit refresh, that's fun. I'm also constantly requesting. Oh, okay. I was also constantly requesting back from GraphQL. So infinite loop. That's not good. So I'm running this over and over and over again, and I want to make sure that we don't run this multiple times. So that's almost a use effect once type thing, which I think was what we did last time. So with you, we attempt to get the course out here. So it's almost like I need to do this. I'm going to get this fetching course. Or like, this is really have course. Equals that. Then we're going to do a use effect once. Do something once. Sure, why not? Then I return you. Okay. Then we do this thing here. So if we okay, so if this is none, this is actually we don't have course, isn't it? This is some here. Okay, so if we don't have course, I want to fetch course equals fetch. Oh, Zilby's not here anymore. Fetch course, clone you in here. We have to move you in. Fetch course, run. Okay, successfully queried. Let's go courses, you, $10, refresh. Error at not yet implemented? Did that not compile? I thought this compiled. I'm not seeing any errors, just some warnings. Did this not? Oh no, it's saved. Oh, API line 74. Oh no. API. Oh, yeah. Because I left this in here. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I've run out of time. So we're going to have to do this next time. Which is If things go the way I expect them to, I should be on tomorrow morning. We'll do another Saturday stream. Those ones tend to be a little bit longer, and I'll be able to get this fixed and working. Maybe we'll be able to get some tests going for this page and merge this branch back into the main branch because, well, I forgot to do that earlier, and I kind of want to get back into the trunk-based development instead of just in this feature branch, which is now more than that one feature. So that's the plan. You know what? Let's raid Togglebit. Let me set up, go find his stream. Togglebit's streaming right now. It's been a while since we raided Togglebit. That is, oh, I have to wait until the advertisement is done. Togglebit is working on his terminal UI application, which looks like it's going to be quite interesting. All right, I'll click the start raid button. All right. I am, so as I mentioned, I'll be on hopefully tomorrow morning, anytime between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So it's, who knows exactly when I'll be online, but we'll find out. So if you want to get notified, I would love it if you hit the follow button. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You may see me on tomorrow, or you may see me on Monday when I should be back for the normal 7 a.m. Mountain Time for about an hour, 15 minutes until I have to go to work, which is what I have to do today. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.